Hello, my name is Dr. Drtredtv, and I am a doctor of chiropractic and the owner, doctor, and client at my Slim Body Laser Spa. At the Slim Body Laser Spa, we're using a FDA-cleared low-level laser aesthetic device, which is designed for spot fat reduction and body contouring. And when you combine it with nutrition, detoxification, food planning, nutritional help, motivation, consistency, and a prepaid plan, a program, the results become absolutely dramatic. And the laser is an assist. It kickstarts your weight loss program. It gives you results very, very quickly so you can see it and you can feel it and it can be measured. And it is so much easier to continue eating better and dieting and doing those difficult tasks it takes to lose weight and to be healthy. It is difficult for some. But when you see the results from the laser, it's just mind-blowing how effective it is. And right now we're having a food drive. We're having a donation for food drive, and it's been extended. Just so you understand, we've extended our canned food drive for another week until October 12th, I believe it is. And you can come in during this week of October 7th to the end of the week, which is, I believe, October 12th. I hate to, let me just look at that really quick. Yes, so 5 cans of food gets you a free consult, a free exam, and a laser lipo session at no charge. We've already had 10 people come in last week that have taken advantage of the 5-can food drive. Of the 10, 4 of them signed up as clients, and they also got extra visits, extra perks as a result of coming in with this food drive. And we're helping hungry people, which is really important also. Okay, so we have the canned food drive, and it has been extended, and that's a great thing. So today we're going to go over how to lose weight in your 50s and 60s. Now, I just want to thank you for deciding to watch the video. In the last 10 years, well, actually in the last 13 years, I have been developed and have been specializing in a new procedure called laser-assisted weight loss. Basically, I'm using a safe FDA-cleared low-level laser and red light machines for spot fat reduction and body sculpting to assist in weight loss. It's an assist. It helps. It gets you more consistent results. And that's what you're paying for, okay? In only 9 sessions in 3 weeks, clients can lose 6 to 9 inches of stubborn belly fat while you lie on your back and listen to music, okay? 6 to 9 inches. If you don't believe me, come in and try it. I'll prove it to you. Money back. You can lose those inches, all right? It is really that easy. If you need to lose weight, then diet and exercise are included in our program, okay? Now, I've seen over 6,000 clients in 13 years, and I've had a 98% satisfaction rate and completion of our lipo laser programs. I'm also available for consultation if you're interested in becoming a client. I'm also available as a business consultant if you're interested in developing your own brand of laser-assisted weight loss. Yes, we are teaching people the process and helping people choose the machines and then setting up a business model. We've set up about 4 offices in the laser business that are successful today. So you know how to get in touch with me, right? All right. So have you noticed? So here's my part about how to lose weight in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, okay? It's possible. Have you noticed that your body has started to change now that you've hit middle age? You're not alone. It is common to see changes on the scale and the way your clothes fit as you get older, all right? But you do not have to throw in the towel yet. No, don't throw the towel in. You can learn how to lose weight even though you're 50, 60, 70, and 80. You just have to do a few things differently that you didn't maybe do when you were younger. All right. And that's my goal, to make this simple to make this easy to understand so you can be successful at losing weight in your 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s. All right, so what's happening is middle-aged men and women are using targeted physical activity, a healthy diet, and a progressive medical approach, like my low-level laser procedure, to stay fit as they age. Well, you can't necessarily stop or reverse all the things that come with aging. I mean, it's impossible to. There are simple things you can do to reach and to maintain a healthy weight and a better appearance in middle age and beyond. So there is hope. All right. So the first thing is losing weight when you're an older adult. Here's rule number one. Okay. Rule number one. You got to know your numbers. All right. You got to know your numbers. What do I mean by that? You need to know what your BMI or body mass index is and how much you weigh on the scale. There are other numbers that can affect the way you look as you age, things like waist circumference, around your belly, BMI or body fat percentage, and something called resting caloric intake, called a BMR. So you got to know how much body fat you're carrying. Maybe it's over 30%. I see it all the time. I see people over 40% all the time. You need to know your overall weight. Is it 280? Is it 310? Is it 210? Based on your height and your age. You really need to understand the relationship between those. If you're older and you're carrying too much body fat, your muscle tone has dropped and you're going to be in trouble when it comes to losing weight. So you really need to know those numbers. And of course, the king is resting caloric intake. And that means how many calories you burn at rest. So if you were to fall asleep, suppose you woke up in the morning and you didn't eat any food and you didn't exercise, you just laid in bed for 24 hours. The amount of calories you burn to do that is your burn rate. That's your resting caloric intake. And you need to know that number, people, because if you don't know your number, you can't reach any kind of goal of losing weight or losing fat or toning up without knowing that number. Okay, because that is your max intake. For me, when I lost weight, my number was 2,400 calories. That's how many calories I burn at rest. So if I eat 2,400 calories the next day, nothing is going to change for me. If I eat less, things will change. If I eat more, I'll make fat. Okay? So that's important to understand what your resting caloric intake is. And I wish that when we eat more, we do make fat when we eat more than our BMR. In other words, if you eat more calories than you can burn for the day, those extra calories are going to be shunted into the fat because that's what the body does. Now, when you eat less than your normal amount, let's say you shrimp off 400 calories, you don't burn fat. That's important to know that. You burn stored energy is what's happening. And your body actually will cannibalize some of your fat, some of your muscle to make energy. So overeat 400 calories and you make fat the next day. Undereat 400 calories, the next day you lose muscle tone. That's not very fair, is it? But you need to understand that because most of you are out there losing weight or just losing muscle tone. You're not losing any fat or very little. So you got to know your numbers. So, and the other one is to know your waist circumference. Your waistline may get bigger and bigger, even though you're not gaining weight. Hormonal changes do not necessarily cause weight gain, but they can change the way you carry weight on your body. So your sexual hormones, in a female, it's going to be estrogen and progesterone. In a male, it's going to be testosterone versus estrogen. When those hormones start to get out of kilter, out of consistency, and you start to put on, your midsection is going to show that enlarged hormonal profile without necessarily changing your weight. That's part of aging. We get thick around the midsection. I call it the thickening. And your weight might not have changed at all. What's changed is how your body distributes the weight because of these hormonal changes as you get older. And that's something that's a bummer, really. But you need to know that. So what happens is women who have these hormonal changes will tend to see weight gain in their middle, their sides, and then in their thighs. And men, especially those who do not go to the gym, who wear their belt a little lower to accommodate the bigger belly, they will get the dreaded male boobs as they age. So hormonal changes in a female, it's going to show up in the stomach, in the legs, and in the thighs. I mean, in the sides and the thighs. And a man, it's going to be a big belly with male boobs, moops. And that's because of the low testosterone in a man, and in a female, it's the low progesterone. All right. So if you're a male and you have a waist size of over 40 inches, now when I say waist size, I mean belly. Measure your belly button. If it's over 40 inches, and in a female, over 35 inches, you could be in serious trouble. And this is the first warning. Warning, warning, Will Rogers, warning. You remember on Lost in Space? If your belly, if you're a man and your gut is over 40 inches around your belly, you are in metabolic syndrome. Your systems are crashing. Your blood pressure is going up. Your blood sugar is most likely starting to go up. Your overall triglyceride numbers are going up. Cholesterol is going up. And you are headed into failure if you're over 40 inches around your belly and you're a male, especially if you're over 60 years old. Female, same thing, 35 inches. I mean, 35-inch is a lot. Now, a man, we're not talking around your waist here. We're talking around your belly button. So if you're female and you got 35 inches, you're in the same situation. Your blood pressure is probably going up. Your cholesterol is most likely high. Your triglyceride is elevated. The LDL number is no good anymore. LDL, HDL is HDL starting to get worse. And also, you're a shoo-in for metabolic syndrome. It starts out as a big belly. It's called abdominal central located fat. And you're more likely to suffer from cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, even cancer. If you don't reduce your waist size in an aging person, increased waist circumference is the beginning of something that we call metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is caused by weight gain, lack of exercise, increased fasting glucose, in other words, hyperglycemia, and increased circulating fatty acids. It is the leading cause of death within the last 10 years, metabolic syndrome. So this isn't about looking good in your bathing suit anymore, people. When you're over 50 or 60 and you've got a waist over 40 in your belly around your midsection and a female over 35, you are heading into the meat grinder, so to speak, called modern medicine. And they got a lot of plans for you. Hope you got good insurance, because it doesn't get pretty once the hyperglycemia kicks in and the blood sugar is not manageable and all the elements go with type 2 diabetes are just, it's terrible. And I'm telling you, it begins around the waist. Please understand that. It's not your diet, although it is. It's not because you don't exercise anymore, although it is. It's not because you're not getting enough sleep or staying up late watching TV, but it is. However, it shows up as a big belly first. And that's where we got to intervene. That's where we need to do something. If you're, again, take a tape measure. If you're a female and put that tape around your belly, if you get to your belly button and it's over 35 inches and you're over 50, 60 years old, man, you are in trouble. And if your belly's over 40 around your midsection in a male, you're in trouble also. It's centrally located obesity. And this is the stuff which lessens your lifespan, lessens the enjoyment of life, puts you on the medical model merry-go-round of chasing symptoms, chasing blood pressure, being put on medications and all the stuff that comes with it. It can be stopped right now. Right now. Give me 4 weeks. Call me. 4 weeks. I can stop it in 4 weeks. Your whole life will be rearranged as a result of a 4-week process. Okay? That's what we do. So once metabolic syndrome has been present for 5 years, it's very difficult to reverse. And that's another critically important thing I'm learning about weight and weight gain and weight loss. And if you think that you still have a shot at getting healthy again and getting the weight off and resurrecting your vitality and the way you felt when you were younger, believe me when I tell you this, the longer you wait, the harder it will become and the less likely you're going to have any result from your efforts. You want to start yesterday, today, okay? What would be a good motivating factor? I was listening to a podcast, Dr. Peter Attia, MD. It's called the Drive podcast, and he's a very smart guy, a lot smarter than me. And what he said is so true. He said, if you're somebody who is, 40 or 50 or 60, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're somebody who's out of shape, okay, not exercising, eating the wrong foods, and developing body fat, obesity, and if you decide to lose weight, to eat better, to exercise, and to take better care of yourself, you have a 40% increase in your life expectancy by embracing an exercise program, managing body fat, by cutting off the weight, getting rid of the weight, and also eating better. You have a 40% increase in your lifespan by doing that. Okay? That's more significant than if you were a chain smoker and you stopped smoking cigarettes. Okay? The cigarettes only affect a few areas of your body, and we're, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. However, body fat affects your whole body, not just your lungs, or not just a chance of cancer or heart disease. Body fat affects us like an anchor. It just pulls us down. And that's why you got to get help. If you're, again, if you've got that belly, you got to get help. So now what happens is you got to know your body fat percentage, which means how much of your body is lean muscle and how much is fat. Normal body percentage of fat should be 20 to 25% of your weight is okay to be fat. And that means the other 75 to 80% is considered lean muscle mass. That's where you were when you were younger. Okay, it was easy to maintain that muscle mass. But as you get older, when you turn 50 years old, we start to lose muscle tone because of aging. And that means from 50 to 60, you've lost 10% of your muscle. From 60 to 70, an additional 10%. So if you were walking around with a 25% body fat, which would be normal, right at the top of being overweight, before you become overweight, normal weight, and you wait from 50 to 60, you've increased 10% of your fat. Your muscle has dropped 10%. So now you're down, your muscle is down, and now you're up to 30% body fat just because you turned 60 years old. And if you don't understand that, you got to come in and get your numbers. And we'll explain it to you. So the number of calories, so what happens is your body composition changes as you get older. Lower testosterone levels in both men and women. Women have testosterone also, can cause a decrease in muscle mass as you age. So even if your weight stays the same, you might feel and look and become fatter, even though your weight is the same. It's because you've lost muscle and you've gained fat. It's called skinny but fat. You got to know your body's burn rate, your body's metabolic rate. The basal metabolic rate, or BMR, is the number of calories your body burns at rest. An example of this was if you were to fall asleep and not eat and not exercise for 24 hours, your body's burning calories to stay alive. The number of calories needed is what we call resting caloric intake. In order to lose weight, you need to know what your BMR is. If you do not change the number of calories you eat based on your BMR, then nothing will change for you. If you eat less than your BMR, then you'll lose weight, so you need to know what your BMR is. Females, an average BMR is 2,400 calories for a male under 50 and 1,800 for a male over 50. Females over 50 can be as low as 1,200 to 1,600 calories. Very fit females over 50 could be as high as 1,800 to 2,000 calories. So those are some generalized numbers there. You need to evaluate your family health history also. A family history is what I call the poor man's genetic test. Okay? At my practice at the Slim Body Spa, I do consultations and histories to help my clients understand their genetics and to target and treat specific issues that affect their appearance and their vitality or energy as they age. If you're starting to look like your Aunt Sally, who has the big belly, and you know there's a history of diabetes in your family, excuse me, then you need to understand that their genetics and to target and treat specific issues that affect their appearance and vitality as you age. So you need to become your own personal health expert. Once you know your health history, then connect with your doctor to get personalized advice to improve your health and appearance. For example, if you found out that you have a family history of high blood pressure, you should find out how changes to your lifestyle can help you avoid medication in the future. In many cases, maintaining a healthy weight can reduce or prevent disease. Understanding the specific benefits of a healthy weight can serve as motivation to slim down. So another very important part how to lose weight when you're in your 50s or 60s or 70s is you got to manage your eating habits. You may not need to go on a full-scale diet to lose weight. What I find at the Slim Body Spa is most can simply start with the basic stuff. Stop eating sweets and avoid foods with a high glycemic index. And with a high glycemic index. Recent research supports that approach. A study published in the Journal Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics found that overweight and obese postmenopausal women who ate fewer desserts, less fried food, and fewer sugar-sweetened beverages were able to lose weight and keep it off. Postmenopausal, that means 50s, 60s, and 70s. If you ate fewer desserts, less fried food, and fewer sugar-sweetened beverages, most of you are able to lose weight and keep it off. Another factor is it might be time to boost your daily activity levels. That's another way you lose weight. Be active. Have you stopped doing daily chores like carrying groceries, shoveling snow, or mowing the lawn? That probably means that you burn fewer calories every day. I have found as a doctor that even though hormones play a role in the aging process, lifestyle comes into play as well. You can burn more calories without exercise by increasing your non-exercise activities. All right. So that is like amazingly level. So there's something called NEAT. Simple daily chores and activities that boost your NEAT or non-exercise activated thermogenesis contribute to a healthier metabolism. So simple daily chores, being active, staying active in your chores helps burn calories and will help you maintain a better weight instead of pushing it off to other people to do that for you. As you get older, you need to reevaluate your lifestyle and the things that are important to you. Okay. And as you near or reach retirement, have your interests shifted to more leisurely activities? Do you spend more time reading and eating in restaurants, cooking indulgent meals, or entertaining friends? These shifts can cause weight gain. To lose the weight, you don't necessarily need to give up your hobbies, but you may want to make simple adjustments to change your energy balance. For example, if you like to travel, choose an active vacation instead of one centered around food, like a cruise. If you like to cook, invest in a healthy cooking class. Here's another one. Please watch your alcohol intake. Retirement, increased travel, eating in restaurants more often, and entertaining with friends might mean that you drink alcohol more often. Calories from booze add up quickly. In addition, we don't always make the best food choices when we drink. You can simply cut back on drinking or eliminate alcohol altogether to lose weight. Balance your workouts. It's also about exercise. It's great if you do exercise on a daily basis, but as we age, a balanced workout becomes more important. As a doctor, what I have found is that a varied program can offset hormonal and body composition changes that happen as we get older. Make sure your workouts contain these elements. Number one, strength training. Do resistance or strength training exercises to build and maintain muscle and to keep your metabolism healthy. Studies have shown that resistance or strength training has specific benefits for us as we age. Number two, aerobic training. It is important to do cardiovascular activity on a regular basis to offset the decrease in metabolism that comes with age and to improve your heart health. Number three, flexibility training. Do stretching exercises to increase the range of motion in your joints. This helps your body stay limber and comfortable through activities of daily living. Another tip, eat enough protein. I, as a doctor, find that people do not eat as much protein as they get older, and there are so many benefits of eating the right amount of protein, too numerous to name here. But not only does protein help you to feel full longer, it also helps to build and repair your body tissues. Did you know that the process of eating protein burns more calories than eating other foods? That's great. I recommend eating 1.2 to 1.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So I would suggest, of a pound of meat, half a pound, or less, get enough protein. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many grams you should eat, but you need to be eating protein with each meal. Here's another one. Have you ever heard of functional stability training? Nothing makes you look older faster than a hunched over posture and a shuffle style walk. Keep a strong, stable, youthful looking body by adding functional training exercises to your daily routine. Simple stability exercises take just minutes to perform, but help to improve your balance, your posture, and your experience. Stay connected with active friends. Not sure that you will stick to your exercise or eating plan? Then connect with friends who will hold you accountable and who share your interests in an active lifestyle. Social support is one of the best predictors of adherence to an exercise program, having a buddy to exercise with. Meet new friends at the gym. Connect with the community at church, organize a few neighbors for workouts or healthy recipe exchanges. Of course, you don't want to make all these changes at once, making no more than 3 changes per month so you don't get overwhelmed and quit your program altogether. I also want to remind you that everyone ages differently. There are so many factors that come into play, but it is important to note that each person is unique. Be kind to yourself as you age and as your body changes, but do not throw in the towel just because you're getting older. Stay smart and stay active and keep your body strong and lean. If you've liked what you've heard today, I can always be reached at the Slim Body Laser Spa, Health and Wellness. My office is located in Stuart on East Ocean Boulevard, just before you get to the beaches in beautiful downtown Stuart. My laser lipo program is 9 sessions in 3 weeks. Everything is included: the nutrition, the weight loss planning if you need it, the laser visits, a 3-inch money back guarantee. You're going to love it. I highly suggest it. Thank you so much for tuning in today and listening to this important message of health and healing and hope. And I hope that we've motivated you in some way to take better care of yourself so you can live longer, enjoy life more fuller, have more energy, be a service to your family and to the people that you love instead of a burden. You don't want to be sick, then you become a burden. And it all begins with making these choices as to what you eat, how much you exercise, how much you rest and recuperate, and how you take care of yourself. Okay? I appreciate your listening, and we will see you soon.